is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another album review. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. If you're new to the channel, just go right on ahead, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. Today, I will be reviewing the brand new Skrillex record, Quest for Fire. One of EDM's most iconic names to ever surface, one of the most popular names in dubstep to come out of the 2010s, California DJ producer Sonny John Moore is back in fashion, dropping us not one, but two brand new LPs in 2023. Now, this video will focus on my opinions based off the LP Quest for Fire, but I do advise to stick to the very end of the video for my opinions on the second record that should be linked at the very end of this video. Now, Skrillex, to my scale, is one of the greats, an individual I highly praise to this day. Now, I wouldn't say Skrillex is an artist that led me to my passion for EDM, but in terms of opening the path to deepen my interest for EDM, he certainly made an impact. If you like Skrillex, and especially if you like dubstep, you should definitely remember some of the beloved projects, like the Monsters and Sprites EPs, and I would hope you remember some of the best collabs that he's dropped over the past decade, such as with artists contemporaries Dylan Francis, Diplo, 100 gecs, as well as Skrillex has helped many artists produce some of their tracks on their featured records, like, let me think of one that had a really top-notch record last year. Who could it be? Oh yeah, Beyonce's Renaissance. So it's clear that Skrillex is well respected by his peers and carries promise as a quality record producer. Now, arriving to this new installment from Skrillex, ever since his drop collab with Diplo back in 2015, this has the EDM community quite excited and content to get a new record from Skrillex. And I'd have to tag along with those related feelings to the record. I really did enjoy this. I especially really loved where this record transported me spiritually towards the end of the record, which I will get to that later on in the review. Stating how I feel about the singles, I've been fairly interested with each of them. XENA being probably my favorite out of the bunch, as well as I did greatly enjoy this Arabic future bass fused dance track that this song really gave me that nostalgic affection to my first years indulging in what EDM had to offer. It's a breath of fresh air that had me so excited for the release of this LP. The only track that I felt was kind of mild to me on this record from the singles had to be the song Rumble. Now, when I first played this, I did really enjoy it, but hearing what it had to offer, how it really had fuse and how it carried the momentum with the record, it really did feel mild. And I do think this track, along with many of the other songs on this track list, have great sound design display, but I don't know, it just didn't really sync with me during the record. Now, when Leave Me Like This first dropped, I remember liking the song for sure, but then once I was reintroduced to it when I first played this LP, its place as the intro track in here, I asked myself, are you sure you played the right song? Cause this song is freaking nuts, man. It is so addictive. What an incredible introduction to the record. This track also included, you know, some nods, some Easter eggs to some of his classic works, like that girl yelling from Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. Yes! The vocals are sweet to the ears, the building process has flavor to it, the bass is rejuvenating and with a deep house club neon function, and you can count that the party gets even hotter with the following track, RATATA, that brings on one of the legendary 2000s rap icons, Missy Elliott, and she delivered on this song. Skrillex really did bring on a very great produced song for Missy Elliott on here. Even more 808s that are so aggressive and so in your face under the static arpeggio and House of Pain horn samples, and I can hardly fathom this early on into the record how well these sounds really blend together, how well everything just, you know, it's just so great, so high def, and it just sounds expensive. Now, with Skrillex lathering up this LP with a lot of experimental influences and effects, it's already known that he was such a great producer, but he kind of really reaches another evolution so far. It's easy to say that he has aged quite well. The xylophones on the track Butterflies has me feeling like I'm on this cosmic caterpillar traveling across a world, a universe rather, and it's incomprehensible, the experience. Now, even though I'm wowed by a lot of the profound quality placed into this record, I'll admit not all these songs settled with me. The 9-track Too Bizarre felt like the first nosedive that we were getting into in terms of entertainment peak. Though I don't mind Sway Lee and the way that these hi-hats are really trickling around into the chorus, I feel like, you know, they really keep you adaptive and very engaged to the song. And I'm sure as hell glad that Sick Brain didn't have a huge role into the song, as I'm not the biggest Sick Brain fan. The overall feel into this song, into the terms of like how the momentum really feels into the progression of this record, it just kind of feels like it hits a pothole. In a live setting, this feels like the moment where I would come up with, maybe this is a good time to go to the bathroom or get a water break, because I know it's a weird analogy, but the point is, like, I felt fine missing out on this song. And it definitely didn't make anything better for the following track, Hydrate, which was a song that I think is just flat out bad. Instrumentally, it really doesn't pick up the pace after losing its footing, as well as every time I feel like I get back to this song, it gets more bland by the play, and this is very tough for me to say, especially because of the peekaboo feature on here. I really do enjoy his work. And I want to mention the interlude that was added towards the end of this record with this Warped Tour 05 interview with Pete Wentz, which is the guitarist for Fall Out Boy. Now, it seems to me that Skrillex uses this moment in this interview as a reflection of his current feelings in this state of mind to, I'm not really sure if he feels like this now or if this somehow reflects the feelings that he had when he first blown up back in 2010. And then once this interlude is finished, we are led into a very, very strong finish to the record. Good Space has some of the most notable vocal process on the entire LP, and what's in my opinion the best and most impressive track from the number 13 Supersonic. But my favorite moment, the moment that really had me attached to what this record tried to achieve, starts with Hazel Theme. This track is an extension of the already incredibly powerful finish to the record, Still Here, the ones that it came with. I interpreted this as an appreciation token of gratitude to the world of EDM and its fans that gave Skrillex the title that he's well deserved in the song, that sounds and feels like the conclusion of a wonderful set. This song brought me back to that same bittersweet feeling towards the end of a great set that you really get, with the DJ speaking to the crowd saying, "Are you here with your favorite people in the world?" The power chords, the white noise, everything just splashing together and just hitting so hard. It just gave me a huge memory. I instantly felt like I was at my very first festival experience, and if you know me quite well, if you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that was a very important moment for me. I don't know why it was this song, why it was this record that really drove me back to that far in time. It just felt so special. The experience alone has me immersed into this EDM set style record that felt so incredibly authentic. The hard-hitting drops, the soft sweet melodics, the element of surprise, but the thing is, even though he experiments with a lot of sounds that I feel like work really well for the record's benefit, I overall left with a good feeling. But because of the structure of this record and how a lot of these songs were to like traditional EDM and how consistent it's stuck to that formula, it can feel a bit generic, which is cool from a kind of remember where you came from notion, but it is ultimately the thing that holds the progression of this record to feel seamless. If point by point, moment by moment felt so authentic like it did with the closer, I think a lot of these songs could have been executed much more better. But nonetheless, this album has me starving to see Skrillex live. I would love to see a lot of these tracks played in the list and, you know, just hear some throwbacks from Skrillex. A lot of these songs are really good. A lot of the ones that I really recommend to you, I think a lot of people really be attached to. And I just really appreciate him dedicating his things to the EDM community, and I truly felt that message hit home. I'm gonna give Skrillex Quest for Fire a 77%. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go to like, share, comment down below, and if not already, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, so all my separate tracklist ratings for the album, more videos, and also the links to my social media accounts, so you can keep up with me on the daily, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one.